So, as we continue to await King James' decision to where he will be playing next, where his next destination or team, if you will be, there are multiple teams that are adding themselves to the LeBron sweepstakes, trying to pursue LeBron to go to their teams. And recently, over this weekend, a new team has joined the sweepstakes. Well, it's not really a new team because some stuff came out earlier this offseason that would have kind of sparked some people to believe that maybe this team was on the table. But now that it's really an idea. It's really being floated out there, the rumor around the water cooler, if you will. And that team happens to be the Denver Nuggets. Okay. The Denver Nuggets are being floated out there now as a potential landing spot for LeBron James. And allow me to say, as a LeBron fan, I think that, and we've discussed on this show a lot of potential destinations that LeBron could go. We talked about, obviously Cleveland. We've talked about Golden State. We've talked about Minnesota. We've talked about, I'm just going blank. Oh, we talked about the San Antonio Spurs. We have talked about him potentially going to the. My mind is going blank. We talked about a whole lot of teams. That's what I'm trying to say. But the idea, if you will, of him going to the Denver Nuggets would be very interesting. And the reason why this whole Nuggets idea is being floated out there is because earlier this offseason, if you did not know, LeBron James was spotted with one of the Denver Nuggets front office members, like on a boat, or I don't know if it was on a boat or on a yacht, but it looked like on a yacht type of situation. He was out there. He was just, they weren't talking any business or anything. At least I don't think so. But it was obviously a Denver Nuggets front office person and LeBron James. So naturally, put the pieces together. But the idea of him going to the Nuggets really started to pick up some steam over this weekend. And I think it could be great from the aspect of not only LeBron adding to that veteran dynamic. And it's funny, we just talked about the veteran dynamic of the Nuggets last week. The veteran dynamic of that duo that they have with Murray and Jokic, and how they those two are kind of like the Kobe and Shaq of the Denver Nuggets. I'm not comparing them to Kobe and Shaq in any way, but that's how I feel like the Denver Nuggets looks at the pairing and the duo of Jokic and Murray. It's kind of like they're maybe not lesser version, but their kind of version of their Shaq and Kobe kind of thing, right? So when you discuss adding LeBron to that equation, I think it could be great from the aspect of this. They already, at least I look at the Nuggets like this from the outside looking in as a Lakers fan. The Nuggets are I would give them the edge as kind of like a veteran team, if you will. I would give them an edge as far as being a veteran team. I would. Now, they have young talent, and they managed to get younger talent, and which is natural as an NBA team. Obviously, you're going to get younger talent eventually. But if you really look at the makeup of their team and how they've been constructed over the past couple years, they're more of a veteran team. They don't have a problem bringing in veterans to play an important role. They like veterans to play a significant role. They brought in, one of the most notable ones was they brought in Russell Westbrook a season before last, which I thought was a great addition as well. But they're a veteran team that don't mind veterans being on their team, and it doesn't really disrupt their rhythm or interrupt their flow or anything like that. They're able to still find a way to make it work, and they can still handle their business efficiently and effectively. So adding LeBron to that situation made me think about LeBron is already, as we know, a great mind. Okay, he's a great mind. He's a mental just endless source of just basketball information and basketball knowledge. So if they can add LeBron's mind and of course the veteran experience and everything, but also LeBron's mind adding on to the minds of Jamal Murray and Jokic, I feel like the sky's the limit. And we've already seen that the Nuggets can win a championship. I know it was a couple seasons ago, but they shown that they can win a championship. They've shown that they can get it done. They've been to the playoffs in every single season since I'm not even sure when, but they've been in the playoffs consecutively, like for multiple years now. Like making the playoffs for them isn't even a question at this point. Like they've become one of those teams to where making the playoffs isn't really a concern. So they would have, at least in my view, they would have all the pieces necessary for LeBron not to really worry too much. He really wouldn't have to do too many things. And like we've talked about on the show before, LeBron said that this or potential last season of his, he doesn't want a farewell like Kobe situation. And if you don't remember what Kobe's situation was, when his last season with the Lakers was pretty much like this. Yes, he was still Kobe Bryant, okay? He wasn't the same Kobe, the 81 points and stuff like that. He wasn't that same guy because, by that time the Achilles had happened and he was getting older and he was clearly slowing down a little bit. But the thing was, at least in my opinion, I felt like that he could still play the game of basketball really well at that point. And like really efficiently, like really he can still be Kobe for the most part, like do the handle the mid-range game, take over the games, kill from the three-point line. I felt like he could still do all of that stuff efficiently. But the problem was the Lakers didn't have a team around him to where it led to anything. So, yeah, he was still able to be Kobe in certain games, and he was still able to have good games and stuff like that. But the problem was he was teammates with, no offense to them, but he was teammates with rookies or like second-year players or veterans, but they're not the veterans that you would like rely on to like get you to a championship level. They were kind of like the veterans that you rely on for veteran experience, but you're not really counting on them to lead you to any, like success or anything like that. They had him on a team full of players that were underwhelming, to not be disrespectful or anything like that. But they had him on a team where I felt like he could have still been at least in the hunt to make the playoffs. The Lakers pretty much gave him his money because they paid him. They paid Kobe like in his last couple of years. They paid him his money, and the way I look at it, even as being a Lakers fan, I'm not ashamed to say it. They paid Kobe his money and pretty much told him, like, okay, we're going to pay you, and pretty much we expect you to not complain and just deal with whatever we put on the court for you. And Kobe just had to deal with it. And because they wouldn't go get players, they wouldn't go get players that you would actually expect to raise the team level to where I feel like it could have been. They didn't go get those players. So it just kind of turned into a farewell tour for Kobe, if you will. So while Kobe was still able to play like easily, but it kind of turned into a pointless situation for Kobe in my personal view of it. Now, granted, Kobe was ready to retire anyway, but it kind of turned into a pointless situation to where Kobe knew he wasn't really playing for anything due to the team that was around him and due to what the Lakers had given him to actually be teammates with and go out on the court and compete with. So it kind of turned into just a farewell tour kind of thing to where you don't expect them to win. You don't expect them to get to the playoff. You're just enjoying Kobe at that point. That's it. Like, you're just enjoying Kobe like, man, this is Kobe's last year. Let me enjoy it. That's pretty much how it was. LeBron doesn't want one of those situations. LeBron said that the most important thing at this stage of his career, even going into his potential last season, is competing for a championship. And even at this level, while people may doubt, LeBron is older, he's going into his 24th season, LeBron can still get it done. If you want the numbers, LeBron last season was, make sure I get these numbers right for you guys. Excuse me. LeBron last season was 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 33 minutes per game, 51% from the field, 31% from the three-point line, 73% from the free throw line, and had a 59% true shooting percentage. So he's still able to be LeBron. And even the numbers really don't even tell the full story because LeBron is still able to be LeBron easily. Like, LeBron can still have him, and he still does. Like, he still has them 30-point games, 40-point games. He still has those moments, the double-doubles, triple-doubles. Like, LeBron does that stuff. I'm so much of a LeBron fan at this point. I'm not even surprised when LeBron does that because I know he still can do it. It don't matter. I'm pretty sure LeBron 2 years, 3 years from now can still be able to go out on the NBA court and get like a double-double, triple-double. Like those things are just easy for LeBron. He's mastered how to be able to do those things. So he still can get the 20-point games, 30-point games, like I said, double-doubles, them games to where he has like the 20 points and 20 rebounds. He still has games like that and stuff. So he still can get it done. But the point is, he doesn't want like it just to be for naught. He doesn't want that. Like he just don't want it to be for nothing and like, oh yeah, LeBron had a triple-double tonight, but the team is, I don't know, but the team is 3-7. Like he don't want a situation like that. So he wants a situation to where, yes, he still can obviously be LeBron, but he wants a situation to where he can compete for a championship and for an NBA title. He wants to be competitive. So while it would be easy to assume, you know, he would go back home and he would go back home to Cleveland and go to these different teams that people are throwing out there. The main thing that I'm trying to keep in mind during this whole decision part 4, I'm calling it, the final destiny, the decision part 4, the final destiny, is I'm trying to keep in mind that part that LeBron, or the hint that LeBron gave everybody, that he wants to compete for a title. So it's not just about nostalgia or, you know, or like just general on the surface stuff. He also wants to be able to compete for a title. So I'm keeping those things in mind. So teams like that we've talked about, like the Sixers and like the Timberwolves and like the Warriors and like the Spurs and like the Cavs, or we talked about all those different teams. The good news for all those teams is that they are in a good position to be able to compete for a championship pretty much. All of those teams that are out there in the running, that at least that I have seen, are in a great position to compete for a championship, which is why, circling back to the topic of this video and the topic of this show today, is why I feel like the Nuggets have a great argument to land LeBron. Because, okay, you want to compete for a championship. Well, Jokic and Murray has already shown you that they can compete for a championship alone. Like, they've already shown you that they can get to the playoffs and get it done alone, like with just them two. So if they add LeBron's knowledge, and then also think about this, LeBron's knowledge rubbing off pause on that, but LeBron's knowledge handing down to those younger players. Like, could you imagine Peyton Watson, who's already a phenomenal player? Like, it's already so many teams trying to trade for Peyton Watson right now just because he's that talented of a player. Like, he's that freaking talented. So could you imagine someone like Peyton Watson getting a chance? He's already had the experience of playing up under Jokic, of being up under Murray, pause. He's had that experience already. He's also been on team with, you know, people like Tim Hardaway Jr., you know, Bruce Brown. He's, you know, Russell Westbrook. So he's had a lot of veteran experience and veteran knowledge throughout the course of his career. But then to cap that off, could you imagine, like, to really give him the ultimate veteran experience of playing with LeBron James, pause? That would be, I mean, for somebody like Peyton Watson, that would probably open up just so many things about his game. And just, he's already talented as it is, but LeBron would show him those tips as far as, okay, because I don't know if you guys have seen these clips before, but LeBron teaches players stuff like this. And these are things that maybe get shown on camera, but maybe don't. Maybe get passed, you know, through the live wire or whatever. So LeBron will explore things like this, teaching Peyton Watson how to score at will, teaching him how to, you know, flow in the rhythm of his game, even to let Jokic and Murray do their thing, showing him how to make an impact on the game, even if you're not getting the possessions that you want or the touches, pause, that you want, even if you're not involved in the game plan, how to still make an impact on the game, how to still make your presence felt, pause, on the court. LeBron has shown so many players how to do that over the course of his career, just playing with all these different players, pause. He can, like, help Peyton Watson so much, and not only him, but think about all the other younger players that the Nuggets have that also want that veteran experience and would be blessed to have that veteran experience of a LeBron James. Because the thing that you get when LeBron, like, shows you things or teaches you how to take over a game or teaches you how to do certain things in the game or teaches you how to flow in the rhythm, the thing that you get with that is you know that LeBron isn't telling you that just because. Like, you know, LeBron has done everything you would want to do as an NBA player. We know that. He done won championships. He done won MVPs. He done won Rookie of the Years, All-Star, All-NBA. Everything you want to do, he's done it. All-time score, everything. So when he's telling you something, other veterans can tell you stuff, and I'm not disregarding other veterans, but other veterans can tell you stuff. Like another veteran that, say, has, no offense, but never been like the guy on their team. That veteran could come to you and he's like an 11-year vet, right? He can come to you and be like, hey, I think you should do this, and this will improve your game. You're going to value his opinion. Okay, you're right. You're going to value his opinion. But when you get it from a LeBron James, who you know, like, okay, he's been the guy on all of his teams from day one. He's been the guy. He knows what it's like to be in this spot, to be in this position. Pause. He knows what it's like to be up under this pressure. He knows what it's like to have to find a way to adjust his game to complement other players. So when he tells you to do, okay, do this, and this, and it'll help the team flow better. When he tells you that, and it's no offense to the other veterans on the team, but you really start to listen to it when it comes from LeBron, because you know it's coming from a place of he's done everything, he's seen everything, he knows what it takes to become the best player that you can be, and he knows what it takes for the team overall to become the best team they can be and ultimately go on to win a championship. So you know when he's telling you something, he's not telling you from an aspect of, oh, I'm a veteran and I just can. No, it's not that. He's telling you from the aspect of, okay, this is going to make you a better player and this is going to make us a better team, which ultimately can, end up in our ultimate goal, which means raising the Larry O.B. trophy and, getting the NBA championship. He knows what it can end with. So he's telling you that to improve the team, improve your own play, and let's be real here. We're in the NBA. What's the business of the NBA, at least for the players? To try to get that money and try to get that contract, which Peyton Watson is getting ready to do. So Peyton Watson getting that lesson from LeBron and increasing his game and improving his game even further, what is that going to do for Peyton Watson? It ain't going to do nothing but get him more bread when he get his contract. That's all it's going to do. So he's going to really embrace it and listen to those things as LeBron is telling him those things, along with the other younger players. They're going to listen too, because guess what? Eventually, their payday is going to be there too, and them becoming the best players that they can be is going to do what? Get them more money. So they're going to listen to that as well, but also from the aspect of LeBron is not just telling me this just because he's a veteran and he can, but he knows he's played with so many great players. Pause. He knows how to be the best. I'm just being throwing out hypotheticals, but he knows how to be the best 3-and-D guard. He knows how to be the best reliable wing. He knows how to be the best center. He knows what it takes to be, the reliable six man. He's had a chance to experience all of those things, so he knows what to tell you to elevate you to get to that point. So it would help so many things, and I feel like the chemistry, which is the most important part, I feel like it would be like a seamless transition, just in my view. Okay, Jokic and Murray, they're veterans at this point. Okay, they're veterans. Jokic is a veteran. And Jokic's style is more, Jokic don't really say too much. He just plays. We know how Jokic do. He plays the game. He go out there, get his 50-point triple-double, 45-point triple-double, nonchalantly, by the way, and he go home and chill out. Murray, on the other hand, he pretty much do the same thing. He go out there, get his 27 points, get his 30 points, maybe even 40, and he chill after that. They have that veteran mentality. Like, they know anything during the regular season, like, yeah, it's cool, but we focused on the main goal. Like, they don't get excited over little, and not saying that you shouldn't, but they don't get excited over little accomplishments or little things like that they know is really don't mean much. They don't really get excited over those things. They're kind of focused on the main goal of trying to make the Nuggets the best team they can be and like getting back to that ultimate goal of winning a championship. So with that mentality and them having that veteran mindset, who also has that veteran mindset of also knowing that, okay, little regular season accomplishments, yeah, they're cool, but we're focused on the main goal. Let me think, who else has that mindset that is a veteran and knows what it's like to be like, yeah, like regular season accomplishments, that's cool, but we pretty much just focus on the main goal as far as trying to raise another Larry O'B trophy and make the team as best as they can be. Who else has that mentality? Who else has that view? Let me think. There is somebody I know from Akron, Ohio, from the inner city, just a kid from Akron. And his name is LeBron James, who also has that same mentality at this stage of his career. So the chemistry would fit perfectly because LeBron knows what it takes to win a championship. So that's already the bonding factor, right? Between Jamal Murray and Jokic. That's already the bonding factor because they're all trying to get to a championship. And Jamal Murray and Jokic have been vocal about their goal every single season, at least from what I've heard from the Nuggets, has been trying to get back to win another championship. So LeBron being on that same accord, which he's already said he is, he's fully focused on trying to win another championship going into this season. That's already on the same accord with them. Okay, that's already locked like that, right? So that's already the bonding factor. Okay, then both Jokic and Murray are veterans. They've been in the league for quite a while, so it's not like they're younger guys and they don't understand each other. No, Jokic has won multiple MVPs. They made the All-Star game. He's done all these things. Murray has been like had clutch moments and been that guy that the team relies on and had the big moments everybody talks about and had the crowd in shock and stuff. He's had all those experiences well, so nothing is different for him. So LeBron being there would just be like, welcome to the crew, because they will all be on the same accord. It wouldn't be anything different. And the other side that people are, at least I've seen the people have been talking about, is, okay, how would the fans, or excuse me, not fans, how would the supporters react to LeBron? Well, let's see. I clearly remember the Nuggets going to win a championship. I do, because they beat us, the Lakers, in the process. And I normally every single postseason at least watch one Nuggets game. Now, it's not anything like I have to do, but normally I catch myself like watching at least like one Nuggets game per playoffs, because normally I'll be focused on my own team, the Lakers. I'll be focused on what we doing, but I've caught myself like paying attention to like the crowd in a lot of Nuggets games that I pay attention to. Okay, and I watched the entire playoffs, but I don't like really have, when I say watch, I mean like actually have a chance to just sit down and like enjoy the game. Not from like an analytical point, but just like just enjoying it and just enjoying the experience of it. Normally, like when I'm watching the playoff games, because I watch all the playoff games, but normally it's just like looking at what's happening. Okay, boom, okay, they had this many points. Okay, so this is what happened. Okay, this is how they lost this game. Normally it's how like that. I don't have a chance to just sit down and enjoy it, really like that. But I have a chance to do that a couple times when I go back and watch like the Nuggets game after I've watched it already once, right? And when I go back and watch it like the second time, like to see what happened or whatever, the Nuggets crowd and their supporters, they be rocking. And I see this like initially when I'm normally watching the games live, but when I really go watch them on replay and really have a chance to sit and enjoy them, I'll be like, the Nuggets supporters are rocking this arena. So if they're already like that, okay, they already have that, that energy. Imagine, and they're also very, I don't want to say it, they're also very appreciative from what I've seen too. Like the Nuggets fans are actually very appreciative as well. So could you imagine their appreciation, because they love their Nuggets, okay? They love their Nuggets. So could you imagine the appreciation that they would have, that they already have for Jokic and Murray? They already have that appreciation for the team as it is now. But could you imagine adding LeBron James to that, like, to that appreciation? That arena would be, they would blow the roof off the place. Pause. Like, because at least from the time that the Nuggets recently have gotten good, put it like that, I haven't seen the Nuggets once, like, bash a player or boo a player. And I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but I haven't seen it. But I'm talking about their own players. I haven't seen them bash a player or speak negative of a player. And maybe the player messed up a couple times or whatever, but they don't take it to a certain point of going overboard. They like, okay, yeah, he messed up or whatever, but he's still our player and we still gonna rock with him. That's the energy I get from Nuggets supporters. So if they already have that approach as far as being appreciative for the team and appreciative for the team that they have, imagine adding LeBron to that. Oh my, that crowd would be off. It would be off the rails. And think about this. This is the last thing, then we're gonna wrap it up. In clutch games, the Nuggets are already one of the most clutch teams in the NBA. They are, because they have two of the most clutch players in the NBA, in Jokic and Murray. Could you imagine them clutch games going against the Nuggets with not only Jokic, who you know can close out the game, Murray, who you know can close out the game, but then you go add LeBron James, who you know how to close out games? Bro, that would be crazy. So if I was LeBron, I would really heavily consider maybe going to the Nuggets, because LeBron, where the Nuggets are and where LeBron is, have a lot of similarities, and I feel like it would be a seamless fit. And I feel like that, me personally, I think surprisingly it might be one of the new favorites for LeBron to land potentially. So we're gonna see what happens, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. For real.